Welcome back to Semi Homemade. I'm Sandra Lee. Today we are going to be making some delicious semi-homemade meals out of my two cookbooks, Sandra Lee Semi-Homemade Desserts and my newest cookbook, Sandra Lee Semi-Homemade Cooking 2. First up, we are going to be making a delicious barbecue chicken pizza with juicy chicken and a crunchy crust, and it's gonna be so cheesy. Next up, some creamy, delicious chicken and dumplings. We are also going to be making the most delightful, moist, so delicious lemon almond cake. And to finish us off, we are making a lighter dish, which is a herb and ribeye salad. It's cocktail time. All right, so we are going to be making a delicious mint mojito. We are going to start out with some white rum. So I'm gonna add 2 shots of that. Woo! All right, we're also gonna be adding some tart lime juice, about 1/4 cup. Some simple syrup to give it just the right amount of sweetness, and we'll top it off with some club soda. Nice bubbles. Mmm. Delicious.
Then in here, 2 shots of vodka.
Okay, so all jokes aside, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing some of Aunt Sandy's semi-homemade meals with you guys, but I'm going to be unable to stay in character for the whole entire video. However, before we get started, I wanted to let you know that today's video is a collaboration with my good friend Mindy over at See Mindy Mom. You guys probably know who she is, but if you don't, then please go check out her channel. She and I have become really good friends, and she posts a lot of content similar to what I do. She's a great cook, and she gives tons of tips about budget cooking and just ways to make your life easier in the kitchen. So go watch her semi-homemade video after you watch mine. I'll leave a link in the description box below, and also I will put it on the end screen and tell her that I sent you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so we are gonna make semi-homemade barbecue chicken pizza. Not a ton of ingredients for this one, so that's always nice. Hopefully it's fast. I've got some avocado oil here. I'm gonna use this to brown the chicken that we're going to use for the pizza, barbecue sauce, pizza crust, some cornmeal to dust the pan with, and then for the cheeses, I've got a combination of shredded mozzarella, Gouda, and Parmesan, red onion, and some cilantro. So I've got my cookie sheet here. I'm just going to dust some cornmeal on the bottom of here, and this will help give the crust a nice crunch, and then it also helps it not stick as well. I was just watching, like, I don't know if it was a TikTok or a reel or what, but someone was trying to open one of these cans with a spoon, and I'm like, who does that? Like, I thought we were supposed to bang it against the side of the counter, but anyway, you do you. See, that one just busted right open without even me having to do anything. All right, it's gonna take me some work to get this spread out and even. Okay, so I've got a nonstick skillet here with a little bit of oil in it, and I've just seasoned these chicken tenders with salt and pepper. I'm not going to use all of this chicken for the pizza, but I'm just going to cook the whole package because I can use it for other stuff throughout the week, salads and things like that. And I thought it was weird, but the cookbook didn't call to like season the chicken at all, and I'm like, there's no way I'm cooking chicken breast without any salt or pepper, so I added some. Okay, so I got that spread out. Now I'm going to put my barbecue sauce on. So just like pizza sauce, the recipe says 2/3 cup, but I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to spread it out and see if that looks good. Measure with your heart. Once the chicken is cooked, we're also going to toss it with a little bit of chop it up first, and then toss it with a little bit of barbecue sauce. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add the cheese. I actually really think the combination of these cheeses together is going to be really good. especially since I couldn't find plain Gouda and I had to use smoked Gouda. I think that's gonna pair really nicely with the barbecue sauce. Okay, so chicken is done. I removed it to a plate and I'm just gonna go ahead and cover this up and let it rest a little bit before I chop it up. So I chopped up the chicken and I'm gonna put, I don't know, maybe about 3-4 tablespoons of barbecue sauce in there. Mix this up. Okay, so I put a little bit of red onion on the pizza and I'm just gonna add my chicken. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in a 400-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna wait to put the cilantro on it until it's cooked. All right, so here's our barbecue chicken pizza out of the oven. I'm just gonna sprinkle it with some cilantro. I'm gonna serve some up and I'll let you guys know how it tastes. All right, update on the barbecue chicken pizza. Highly recommend this recipe. Obviously, I've made barbecue chicken pizza before, but I haven't made it in a while, so it was a good reminder of how good it is. But yeah, I mean, I would say I really wouldn't change anything about this, except maybe I would dunk it in ranch, but you know, I'm from the Midwest, so what are you gonna do, right? All right, so we're gonna make some semi-homemade chicken and dumplings. So for this recipe, I've got about 6 cups of chicken broth. This is the Knorr chicken broth powder that I use. I just reconstituted it with some water. I've got salt and pepper, some peas and carrots. I am using this particular blend because I couldn't find any pre-chopped carrots in the produce section, which is what the recipe originally called for, was chopped carrots and celery, but I thought this would work just fine. But I did find some pre-chopped onions. And then the original recipe called for a rotisserie chicken, but my Walmart has this already pulled rotisserie chicken. So I thought this would be really great for this recipe because you don't have to go through the effort of pulling it off the chicken. And then I've got some poultry seasoning, 1 tube of Grand's home-style biscuits, and then a jar of chicken gravy. I'm gonna add some onions. And I'm gonna add my peas and carrots. And then I'm just gonna saute this for probably about, I don't know, 8 to 10 minutes until everything is starting to get tender. All right, so to my veggies, I'm gonna add, I don't know, I'm gonna start with like half a teaspoon of salt because the chicken broth is a little bit salty and I can always add more later. Some pepper, almost for a teaspoon of poultry seasoning. I find poultry seasoning to be pretty strong, so I'm just gonna put a few shakes in. I'm gonna add my chicken and my 6 cups of broth. I'm gonna bring this to a boil and simmer it for, I don't know, probably about 15 to 20 minutes. The original recipe says 30, but obviously the chicken is already cooked. It just needs to kind of warm through and shred apart a little bit more. Okay, so while the chicken is simmering, I'm gonna dust my cutting board here with some flour, and what we're gonna do is take these biscuits and turn them into dumplings. Ooh. So for each one of these, I'm just gonna dust it with flour. Basically, it says to roll it out thin and then cut it into strips. I'm gonna add my gravy. All right, and then I'm gonna add the dumplings. I'm trying to just sprinkle them in, kind of spread apart a little bit so they don't all stick together. I'm not really gonna stir it very much. That's all I'm gonna do. You can put the lid on though. Okay, now we're gonna put the lid on and simmer this. You gotta touch the plastic part. Okay, so we're gonna put the lid on this and simmer it for about 10 minutes. All right, so here is my completed chicken and dumplings. Now, I had to try and salvage this a little bit because as the recipe was made, it was way too salty. So I splashed in a little bit of half and half because I thought that would cut the saltiness, and it did work a little bit. I, however, don't think I can recommend this recipe or will make it again. I've made chicken dumplings a lot. In fact, the last time I made them in the Instant Pot, and it was a really good recipe. Everyone liked it. I don't think I'm a fan of using the biscuits for dumplings, but it was worth a try, right? I mean, I think the method is good, and this just was not a win for Aunt Sandy, unfortunately. All right, so we are making a semi-homemade Los Angeles lemon almond cake. I have no idea why it's called Los Angeles. The cookbook doesn't say. However, this is what you need. 1 box of lemon cake mix, water, 3 eggs, 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, lemon frosting, some almond flour, some slivered almonds, and some coconut, and then I've got 2 round cake pans here. Okay, so I've got my stand mixer here. I always like to mix up the wet ingredients first until they're combined when I make a cake. So I'm gonna put the water, oil, eggs in there, and then just beat this until everything is mixed together. I'm gonna add in my cake mix. And then I will mix this up for 2 minutes until it is all combined and nice and fluffy. This is all mixed together. While it's running, I'm just going to add in 1/2 cup of almond flour. And the original recipe says to put shredded coconut in the batter. I'm not going to do that just because I don't prefer the texture of it, but I am going to end up sprinkling some on the top of the completed cake. All right, so I've got 2 8-inch round cake pans here, and then this is just parchment paper, 2 pieces of parchment paper that I've folded into 4ths. And what I normally do, because I want to line the bottoms of these with parchment paper, is I just kind of put the center of this kind of next to the center of the pan, and then I cut around in a circle. And this never ends up being perfect, but you know, what is perfect in life? It's good enough for me. And then it makes your parchment paper circle you can put in the bottom of there. Now I know you can buy circular parchment paper, but I don't have any. This is Baker's Joy. It is nonstick cooking spray with flour in it. So it's really good for cakes. I spray it and then I put the parchment down in it so that the parchment has something to stick to, and then I just give it a tiny little spritz. Just because there's nothing worse than not being able to get the cake out of the pan. Okay. And then we're gonna put the cake batter in here. I always feel like the hardest part is dividing it evenly between both pans. Spread this out. I feel like maybe I got a little bit more in this one, but that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna pop these in a 350-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, my cakes are done. They've cooled a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and take them out of the pan. See how easy they come out. I'm gonna tap it just a little bit. Okay. And then the parchment paper should just peel right off, and then we'll wait till these are completely cool to frost them. All right, so we're gonna frost this cake. You gonna help?
Huh?
You gonna help?
Yeah, is it gonna be 2 layers?
Yeah. So go ahead and put this layer on. Be careful picking it up so it doesn't break in half. There you go.
Like this?
No, put it down. Yep, just like that in the center.
Now what?
Okay, now I'm gonna put some frosting on here, and then you can spread it around. Okay, and this will be the middle of the cake.
Hi.
Okay, so you see how you spread it just like that evenly?
Yeah.
Okay, now put the other layer on.
Is this good?
Uh-huh.
Just
Okay, that's up. He just washed his hands, so don't worry. And then you want to go over and get the,
Sprinkles?
there's some almonds and there's some coconut.
I don't know about almonds in there.
Okay, we don't have to put almonds. You want to sprinkle some coconut on it?
What's coconut?
You can try it.
What does it taste like?
Like, have you ever had a Mounds or an Almond Joy? All right, Connor vetoed the almond and the coconut. So he's just gonna sprinkle, wait, those are blue. No, you're right, yep. Hold it up a little bit so you don't get frosting on the container. Yep, you're okay, go ahead and sprinkle. We're just gonna put white sprinkles on it. Woo, party on, Wayne. Okay, do a little bit more and then you're done, okay.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I ruined it.
No, you wanna put some more over here?
Yeah.
All right.
That
Okay,
good?
yep. All right, so we added some yellow and white sprinkles.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to cut? No, you cut with a knife.
Where's the knife?
Right here.
Wait, so I just do it like this?
No, you do it like a piece of pie, like you're cutting a wedge out of it.
Like this?
Sure, yep.
And like that?
Yep. Perfect. Okay, then set the knife down. And you can use the server. Nope, set the knife down. There you go. You might have to put your finger on the top so it doesn't fall. There you go, and then lay it down on its side usually. That's how it works. There you go. That looks delicious, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to taste it?
Mm-hmm. It's good.
Good?
It's good.
Good and crunchy? All right. Hollywood lemon almond cake with no almonds. And no coconut. Okay, so next up is a semi-homemade herb and ribeye salad. I'm not quite sure what's semi-homemade about this, except maybe the fact that we're using bottled dressing, but hey, here we go. I thought this recipe looked good. So I've got 2 ribeye steaks. I've got some tomatoes. These are already pre-washed, so I guess those are semi-homemade. To season the steak, I'm going to use salt, pepper, garlic powder. I've got some butter leaf lettuce, and then a bunch of different herbs, thyme, chives, tarragon, basil, and we've got some balsamic vinaigrette. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and season the steak with some pepper, some salt, and I've got a skillet, just a stainless steel skillet, heating over medium-high heat with some avocado oil in it. I always find that when I cook steak, I need to season it a lot more generously than I think I do, because it's really easy to like under season it and then it ends up being super bland. And basically we're just gonna sear this on both sides. You can cook it to your liking. I like my steak medium, and then we will let it rest while we prep the rest of the salad. So I am mincing up my fresh herbs. I minced up some fresh basil that I had out on my back deck. I minced up some tarragon, and now I'm doing some thyme. It says a 1/4 cup of each, but I'm gonna use less of the thyme and the tarragon because I find that those two are a little bit stronger. So I've got all of my herbs in this bowl here, and I tore some of this butter lettuce off. I'm just gonna chop it in very large chunks. Okay, I'm gonna chop up these tomatoes. All right, so here's my salad. I put the butter lettuce mixed with the tomatoes and herbs on the bottom. Put some of the balsamic vinaigrette on there, slice the steak, put it on top. This is gonna be a delicious dinner. And I already tasted the steak and it's really good. So I think this is gonna be my favorite recipe out of this video. Yum. All right, so that is gonna wrap it up for today's video. Make sure that you go check out Mindy's video. I'll have it linked on the end screen right here. And also I just posted a vlog yesterday, so if you wanna spend the day with me, you can click this video right here. Tell me also which recipes out of this video you'd like to try, if any. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.